Hi, Dragon Dreamers. How are you doing today? Let me know in the chat. Gina, Virginia, Casella here. Loving my time with you. Was looking forward to our time all day, all last night. Since I've been back from Florida, I haven't been live with you. And so I'm really looking forward to celebrating the full moon with you. Full moon, Dragon Illuminous. So if you need to run and get your spirit water, please do that now. Get yourself a can or some water. We're going to do some fire ceremony, a little stick, a toothpick, a twig, twist up a paper. And if you don't have these resources, don't worry at all because, of course, whatever I do is on your behalf. I've also got a box here, got my incense burning. I like to use Nag Champa. Let me know in the chat what incense you like to burn. I've got my candle burning here. And I've got a few other items, just some crystal balls. I'll actually just want to show you this box. I'm outside. And one of the reasons I have this box, nothing fancy, is just for quick grab and to help keep it clean. So let me know how your sacred space is coming along. Spiritual autonomy is important to me. I also got these, can put the cards. So if you're not familiar with Dragon Illuminous, I pull 3 cards from the Dragon Dreams Oracle created by yours truly. And you get to pick one card. So all 3 cards apply to all of us, but the one card that you pick is that extra special message, something in there just for you. So it's 11:01 and I'm going to dive right into this. I want to give a special thanks to those who have taken an interest in my Facebook group. A lot of folks are talking about things like targeting, makes me feel uncomfortable, and I have to step into the light with that because if you've been following me, I've actually challenging if perhaps I'm targeting myself on a greater spiritual level. It's very possible that I'm afraid to be successful. And I've been procrastinating with my spiritual journey. And I've also been experiencing um, a lot of fatigue and just things like today when I went live. It said live streaming was not available. So it almost didn't even happen. And I don't know about others who have a domain. My website is ginavirginiacasella.com. And at some point, that stopped. Time has gone by where I've been promoting that, ginavirginiacasella.com, and it doesn't even take you anywhere. So that is in the process of being resolved. However, if you look in the description, you can see the website will take you to the MailChimp website, Gina, Virginia, Casella, whatever it is, MailChimp will take you there. So this is a real bonus to those who are not part of the paid membership. My clientele, it's a bit confusing for me. So I'm personally pushing all of this into the light of the full moon so it can cleanse and burn all of this away. Because this is part of an old matrix that is personally for me, it is void. And I feel like there is something out there trying to prevent us from getting together because the Dragon Dreams Soul Tribe Collective is paramount because everybody requires a soul tribe. And there's no reason these hiccups should be preventing us from getting together. And I also wanted to gently ask you, dragons, if perhaps you can relate to what I'm saying. Perhaps you're afraid to be successful. I know that sounds bizarre, but are you afraid to step into your light and really become who you've been your whole existence, really? And really, do we ever learn anything, or are we just remembering? So I've got all kinds of thoughts like that flowing through my mind. So if anybody out there can relate, let me know in the comments. I'm going to simultaneously check my cell phone, but they should be popping up there on YouTube Live as I'm live. So, yes, okay. All right, so I don't see any live comments. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dive right into this full moon dragon illuminous. So here we go, starting with the south direction. If you know which way is south, you're lovingly invited to face the south. And just because I'm on camera, I'm going to use my hands to show that direction. So you can follow my lead, you can make up your own words, you can repeat what I say, or you can just listen and take it in. Here we go. This way. The winds of the south, great snake, wrap your coils of light around us. Teach us to shed what no longer serves us. Snake, we have a tendency of clinging to our skins. As our skin grows and thickens, it's that skin that protects us, fiercely protects us. And the skin even grows very thick over our eyes, making it difficult to see. Be with us, great serpent, helping us to remember to recoil and coil, recoil, because that's part of our greater alchemy, the siphoning and siphoning that we do. And the masks that we wear are temporary. They are built and grown in a way that they are supposed to shed to make room for our alchemy. And that's why the Akashic record's not a permanent record. It can never be because of this alchemy. That snake skin that we shed feeds the fertile soil rich and sweet. That fertile soil rich and sweet that provides for all of our hopes and dreams, our manifestations. Be with us, great serpent. We call to you. We call to you to trust that when it's time to shed our skin, we shed it with conviction and certainty, and we shed it in one nice clean tube, not this tethered business, one nice clean tube, and that despite our vulnerability, we feel safe belly to belly with Mother Earth, Pachamama. We're not going to get poked or penetrated, and that we can be at peace in our fresh skin. Aho. The winds of the west. Jaguar. Otorongo. Be with us, great Jaguar. Jaguar, I used to be so terrified of you, only to realize that I was you. And when I shed my mask, one mask in particular, I didn't even recognize myself. Help us, Jaguar, to make the unfamiliar more familiar. Help us to be comfortable in the darkness. For I know I learned that darkness is one of the safest places where unconditional love can absolutely gravitate and increase in its density. Jaguar, you exist in all dimensions, multidimensional, beyond timelessness. Thank you for carrying us and weaving us all throughout the universes, helping us to transform and transcend all that we need. Thank you, Jaguar, for showing me that the darkest corners are often the safest corners. And just like when any hurricane or storm comes, it's those corners that keep us safe. Thank you, Jaguar, for allowing me to hold your hand, for allowing me to ride on your back, even sit on your head. But when I get to that rainbow bridge, only you can show me the way to Hummingbird. Crossing that bridge is something that only I can do, and I do it with much more ease these days. And that's a testament to my relationship with you, Jaguar. Ow. The winds of the north, Hummingbird. The north wind is the strongest wind. Hummingbird, my nickname for you is Sir Kinsey. Sir Kinsey, because I had a hard time remembering your real name. And in a moment of doubt, you reminded me that as long as I'm coming from a good place and practicing intention, that's what matters. That's the high quality item, the high quality item in the form of play, playing around, making mistakes, falling, knowing what it's like to get up, making this familiar, um, very familiar to us so we can grow with our alchemy. Hummingbird, thank you for the north wind. It can be so cold and harsh at times, and yet this north wind helps to shake off the last of what we need to make space for all that we need. And I thank you, Hummingbird, for teaching me the beauty way to help me really know, to come from a place of knowing, not understanding, but knowing that I too am part of the greater beauty prayer. I too am part of the greater life, death, life cycle that we all belong to. And I too am the finest nectar. And every day I'm alchemizing, and every day my nectar is finer and finer. Be with us, Hummingbird. Be with us, and thank you, Hummingbird, for role modeling to us that the smallest person can make the biggest difference, and that no matter what anybody tells us, not to listen to them, only to listen to ourselves. Because on a scientific level, hummingbirds are not built to take the great flights they take, and yet up and off they go. And so we learn through hummingbird that the only way we can take that we can develop our wings is by taking the flight. Thank you so much, Hummingbird, for everything. Aho. To the winds of the east, Eagle Condor. Thank you, Eagle Condor, for all the perspective that you have given us. Thank you for showing us the great flights that we can take, weaving high, gaining perspective, the bird's eye view. We can zoom out with you to see the greater things. We can zoom in to see all of the details, and we can take on different perspectives like the first person perspective, the third person perspective, being the conscious observer. We can weave between roles, the infant, the child, the maid to the crone. We can weave through different perspectives, appreciating various archetypes in our lives, and we can gain perspective, the story species we are, because we demand, our logical mind, anyways, demands beginning, a middle, and an end. And through our story medicine, we gain perspective. And I thank you so much, Eagle Condor, for all the perspective you've given me. And it's such a thrill and privilege to fly wingtip to wingtip with Eagle Condor. And I recognize that we always can't be flying wingtip to wingtip with Eagle Condor, but it sure is nice. And when we're not, that's because we need to weave through our cycles. We need to take the knowledge, pass it down, and we also need to apply the knowledge. So much perspective with Eagle Condor. Aho. Pachamama, Mother Earth, biological one known as Gina, one of your children, all of us, your children, my body, the land, an extension of you. Mother Earth, the land. You're the mother that is always with us. You never leave us. Biological one known as Gina, and all biologicals are temporary. Through you, Pachamama, you recycle the very stardust that composes us and decomposes us. We are your children, the two-legged, the four-legged, the 100-legged, the no-legged, the finned, the furred, the feathered, the ones who are hairless, all of us, children of the earth. May we be better stewards. May we practice our sovereign ways of knowing, starting with ourselves and our land. Things that we put in, we put out. The food that we eat, the environmental blueprints that we have. If we can take care of our sovereignty, we default to taking care of the sovereignty of Pachamama. Thank you, Pachamama, for allowing spirit to embody you. If the biological one's not okay, there's no way spirit can do its work. And every day we're building our relationship more. So, Mother Sun, Grandmother Moon, Star Nations, Grandmother Moon looking beautiful this morning, the full moon, orangey color for me. Thank you for shining down on us, for sharing with us your wisdom, and for our relationship, those who have names and those who are nameless, those who are formed, those who are formless. We all belong to the greater oneness lineage. May we acknowledge that we exist in one garden, and may we find harmony within our garden while creating safe spaces for all of us. Aho. I also want to give honor, thanks, and praise for my spirit guides, Amanda, Toby, Polaris, and all of the archetypes represented in my gemstones and more, the wise and well, whale and orca elders. Thank you very much. Going to open sacred space for myself, the Viracocha, my breath connecting very ecosphere around me, golden light. It's not the eighth chakra, but it's up there. It's yellow and it's coming down. Safe space in the timelessness, power animals. Now I'd like to extend this sacred space, my breath connecting with the ecosphere and the golden light, the Viracocha, the timelessness onto all those who'd like to receive it, all the dragon dreamers, even those who are catching the replay, even in years from now. Beautiful golden light cascading down. And you just take it in and it falls all around you. All right, let's pick some cards. So my senses feel very heightened today. I need to take off my headband and I feel like I need to put my gloves on. Let me know if you can relate in the comments. Sometimes I feel like there's just too much energy pouring out of my hands and my feet. And I'm working with a biology of belief that these gloves will help to soften the energy so I can get a better feel on the cards. Otherwise, I don't know which card to choose. There's too much buzzing going on. So let me know if you can relate in the comments. So I'm going to pick three cards, and my hands feel a lot better. There's much to say about my arms and my hands. I've had lots of past lives as praying mantises and doing all kinds of energy work. So your job, my job. My job is to pick the cards, tell you what they mean. Your job is to pick a number, one, two, or three, and honor it. Whatever's the first one that you chose, let me know in the comments. I'm going to pick card number two. I tend to pick card number three a lot, so I'm just going to put card number two in the comments. That's my card that I'm picking. And again, all of these cards are for all of us, but the card that you choose is extra special for you. And I'd love to know how you relate in the comments. So, card number one. Wow. This card was chosen by the water elemental, and there's an emphasis on free will. Ooh. Shortage. No, cross that out. Failure to fill. Those of you who chose card number one, this card is reminding you this full moon not to kid yourself and to tell it like it is. We can have a conversation about owl energy, owl medicine. Basically, the truth hurts. When you advertise something in a certain way, you're not being authentic, you're not being genuine about it. You might be able to fool folks for some time, but eventually the truth does come out. I always use teaching and nursing for an example, given my passion for my old matrix, my career as a public educator. And there would always be this talk, and there continues to be, it's 2025 right now, about the teacher shortage. You always hear on the radio and news about the nursing shortage. Dragons. There is no shortage. We actually have an abundance of certified teachers, and we have an abundance of certified nurses, not only certified, but experienced. So, what are you talking about? Shortage. There's no shortage. There's a failure to fill. The working conditions, the epigenetics for teachers and nurses have become too toxic. Public education, public health, it's not just underfunded, they're both severely underfunded. What the mind perceives as familiar, the mind perceives as safe. Here in Ontario, there's 30 students in one kindergarten classroom, one teacher, one educational assistant. Are you kidding me? And no, I'm not. I'm not. So we take something like failure to fill and we disguise it as a shortage, and that's putting pressure on teachers and on the public, and it's confusing folks because you've got all these very ambitious folks, teachers and nurses, for example. There's other careers too like this, who they think, well, if there's a shortage and I want to help the world, then I'll become a nurse, I'll become a teacher. I'm interested in science, I'm interested in education. It's a win-win situation. But then you go to school and it's very stressful because the reality sets in that the theory that you're learning in the school isn't matching the reality. And a lot of nurses and teachers are checking out the first, 1 to 5 years, gone. Colleagues that I've worked with have found alternative careers. Why? Because their mental health is taking a hit. And I don't think you could pay a teacher or a nurse enough money. And for what it's worth, it costs a lot of money to go to post-secondary education. And there's a lot of guilt and shame because a lot of teachers and nurses now have a lot of debt. You don't want to admit to the truth that this didn't work out for you. What are you going to do now? Like restaurant managers are making comparable wages, and diploma programs graduates are making comparable wages to post-secondary wages. So what are we doing? And this failure to fill is a great ripple effect because now you have entire generation of students, kindergarten to grade 12. I mean, it takes 10,000 hours to become a real expert, a master at anything. You're putting in a lot more than 10,000 hours, kindergarten to grade 12. And what are you an expert at? Sitting in rows, feeling odd, struggling with low self esteem. A lot of grade 7 and 8s are working at a grade 3, 4 level. However, you're performing in grade 3 academically is basically how you're performing in grade 10. So, where are the grade 3s at today? That's where they're going to be at in grade 10. We we can't deny these connections. And so if you chose card number 1, absolutely let me know how you relate. And something that's really phenomenal about the free Facebook group, the Dragon Dream Soul Tribe Collective, is you can continue these conversations there with each other and myself. If you draw a journal picture or just some writing, please share it on there. I really would love to hear it. And every time I get a comment, even after the live, when you're watching the replay, even in years from now, a little message pops up and I get to read the comment. So please, whenever you're receiving this message, I would love to know how it resonates with you. So, shortage, failure to fill. So, I'm going to put that right here. And the universe is reinforcing there's a failure to fill. So, and if you're curious, I'm almost done uh, summarizing all of these on my computer. And this is card number 30 officially. So maybe that might mean something to you. 33 plus 0 equals 3. That's part of the Dragon Dreams Oracle too, is the numbers. And anyways, that is card number. And I can't wait to publish them. I still got to do it on Canva. Let's get back to our focus here. Now I'm going to choose card number 2. That's the one I wanted. Come on, be a good one. Be a good one. They're all good ones, aren't they? Oh, my thumb is like, I can't pick it up because it's my thumb, but free will is being emphasized. Free will. This is card number 36. 3 plus 6 equals 9. Let me know if that bears any meaning to you. And oh, the last card and this card, they come up a lot. They really do. Um, this one is about binary codes, black white thinking. And there was an emphasis on free will. So if you look at this card closely, it's all black white. This part here has some rainbow in it. That's my menstrual blood. Those of you not familiar, before I laminated these, I stamped each one in special ceremony with my sacred stain. I let it dry and then I laminated it. So, anyways, free will. Hmm. Well, this card is always powerful because it reminds us of our primordial roots. This one, oops, right here. This one here, it looks like a seed and there's a little eye. See that a lot in Egyptian hieroglyphs. Sometimes it's empty, like this one here. This one here. Sometimes it's colored in. There we go. This one, and this one. And there's different interpretations. It could be a seed, it can be an eye, like an eyeball. Um, It could be a grain of rice, and there's lots of meaning connected to the earth, the air, the fire, the water. And binary codes are it's like Morse code. It's very black white, very monotoned, and the sacred geometry, it does come together. So those of you who chose card number 2 like myself were being reminded that we have the power to take on this black white approach, this yes no language, this closed question language. So before we get into color and set off all the fireworks, if you will, we're being encouraged to just take a step back, check out the binary codes, check out the very basic algorithm, the very basic mantra right now that you're living your life by. Ask yourself some very blatant yes or no questions. Ask yourself questions where the answer is either a yes or it's a no. And that's going to help guide your next steps. And sometimes, a lot of times, when we ask ourselves yes no questions, we know the answer right away, but then we start to change it because we feel guilt or shame. Like some of us know that if I asked you, do you want to move away? Yes. But moving away means moving away from your family. Now we get into how your family is not well. Now we're getting into how your family needs you. Now we're getting into other factors that keep you held in that community. And you're being reminded, at least in this example that I'm using about wanting to move away, that if your answer is yes, that it's okay for you to move away. You don't have to feel like you're responsible for somebody else's happiness. So we always want to find balance with open questions and closed questions. And right now, we're being inspired to ask ourselves some yes no questions like, and it can be hard to go through this process because what do we discover? Well, we discover what we've already always known. We have to go through the process to prove it to ourselves, and that's okay. Now, the thing about binary codes is that they twist and they turn and they take shape. And basically, all of these, like a straight line, a wavy line, a jagged line, a circle, it's all the same. It's just how it's moving around. So, how are you moving around? And the um, message that's coming into me right now is that we always want to be in the color zone with because colors represent creativity. It represents opportunity and just that excitement that you feel with fireworks, right? Manifestation. Who wants to be in the black white zone where things are just kind of binary? But the thing is, these binary codes are part of your program. There can't be a rainbow unless there's the black white because it's the black white that creates that sacred geometry um, where the rainbow gets created because the crystals get broken up because the light is able to shine through. So you're not going to have a rainbow unless you have black white. And your black white, your very basic programming is being challenged. And when I think about myself personally, the way I kicked this off, I've been experiencing frustrations. There's no reason my life should be lagging or in a state of stagnation. So I've been asking myself yes, no questions a lot. And it's like, I know what I want, but I can't get there. Why? Because my programming, there's still something in there. But the good news is when I participate in this exact kind of stuff, taking charge of my life, rewriting my story, going back and reflecting, living a reflective life, practicing gratitude, practicing letting go, all of this contributes to my programming and my greater alchemy. And so this is a very special card. They all are. But something worth mentioning is that binary codes can be confusing because it's like talking about our greater oneness. I mean, like there's the singular and then there's the plural, but then sometimes it's like I don't even know how to talk anymore. So it's like there's the line, the stick, the one represents the masculine because it represents the penis. But then the circle, the pocket, the sphere, the ball, that represents the female. Why? Because it represents the female anatomy. It represents the vagina. Okay, great. Stick is boy, circle is girl. Well, we also have like this shape here, this circle is actually this shape, the line. It's just that the line opened up, right? And this shape here can squeeze itself together and stretch out and become the line. So the female is the male is the female, and there's male and female in everything. It's just genitalia wise what's expressed. And then when we're born into our reality, the schema that we're born into and the biology of belief, that's what takes hold. And for what it's worth, when it comes to sexual relationships, there's been there's been gay forever. Gay is very natural, very normal, and intersex is very natural, very normal. Intersex, for those of you who are not familiar with that, it's folks who possess both male and female genitalia and or parts and pieces of male and female. So it's very interesting. And so there's a lot of primordialness mixed in with these binary codes. And I'm wondering how you can relate. And again, this was card number 36, if that means anything to anybody. Probably realistically in the late fall, early winter, maybe even late winter, before 2026 is my personal due date. Um, I can't wait for these to be published and for me to have some Canva fun. That was card number 2. Now I'm going to pull card number 3. Those of you who chose card number 3. Oh, energy in my hand is just like just holding my hand over my incense here, smoking it a bit, cleansing it. Let me know in the comments if you do that. If you smoke your hands, arms, your feet, your legs. My middle finger is like diving in. My middle finger is representative of fire. Wants this one right here. Those of you who chose card number 3, card number 25, look who it is. Eagle Condor. So those of you who chose card number 3, you're being reminded about perspective. Eagle Condor is all about perspective. When I opened Sacred Space, I spoke to Eagle Condor. Just to reiterate the basics, Eagle Condor are very important because we are reminded about the cycles of knowledge and the developmental levels that we go through in life and the way our perspective shifts as we grow as those developmental levels, as we're like infant toddlers, age 3 and age 5, very different. Age 5, age 6, very different. Age 7, very different. But then starting around age 8, age 7 and 8, they kind of start to blend together. Age 9, 10, starting to blend together. But you know what? Age 13 and age 14, very different, right? And so the perspective in our childhood really is shifting because we absorb so much information, right? We just take it in, especially in our infancy, and especially age 5 and under for that matter. So there's a point to be made that, yeah, developmentally, huge difference between age 1 and 2. But there's really not a difference between age 41 and 42, right? Huge difference between age 14 and age 17. There's no difference between age 44 and age 47, right? So, um, our perspective can seemingly be stagnant in our adult years. I mean, you can always teach an old dog new tricks, but the old dog is never going to learn like the puppies, right? So by age 6, we're old dogs. But Eagle Condor is reminding us that the old dogs, they're not developing anymore in the sense of in intelligent developmental levels. You're at the level. So all you can do now is take the wisdom that you have and build on it. Absolutely. You can learn new skills. But Eagle Condor is asking us that when we're in our wise and well years, that we should be passing on this knowledge. We should be sharing the knowledge and more importantly, applying the knowledge. Eagle Condor has all these fiery colors around it. Depending on what's going on, it could be representative of like the forest being on fire and it's dangerous. You need to get out of there. But in this case, this fire is representative of the full moon and that cleansing that comes with it. And it's easy for us, well, for me, anyways, to slip into a conversation about what the phoenix means and eagle condor working with metaphors can take on that um, storyline and the images that come with it and the meaning that comes with it, with the story of phoenix. But then when it's time to die, it burns. And what's left? Ashes. And what do you find in the ashes? A new egg. And so what came first, the chicken or the egg? Well, they're both simultaneously existing. It just depends on which perspective, which telescope you're peeking through, because the phoenix egg and the adult phoenix exist at the same time in the now. So, um, those of you who chose card number 3, I want you to have fun playing with your perspective. And if there's any frustrations you have, just release them to the full moon. See the full moon as a fire ceremony. And on that note, we're going to do fire ceremony right now and close sacred space. But I just want to show you these cards one final time. So again, this is the third card. And this, I don't know if I mentioned it, this is card number 25. So 2 plus 5 equals 7. Let me know if that means anything to you. I'm going to put it in my little stand here. And I love how this works. Um, I'll show you here. The power is in its simplicity. I'll show you right here. I get my wire dangling in the way. Isn't that cute? So, card number 1, telling it like it is. There's no shortage, there's a failure to fill. Investigate. Card number 2, binary codes, asking yourself yes, no questions and honoring. Eagle Condor, card number 3, perspective, perspective, perspective. So, um, those of you who are not familiar with my story, it's hard to imagine, but a year ago, I was transitioning into homelessness. I couldn't find a doctor to support me or a psychologist to support me, and I refused to return to work. And I wasn't going to get paid money if I wasn't working, and I wasn't going to get any insurance money if I didn't have any support from some kind of healthcare professional. So um, it's only recently I can talk about it without tearing up. And um, I'm known for somebody, a public school teacher, for having lots of pretty dresses and pretty shoes. And that's nice and everything. But all of that had to be given away or thrown out. And last year, around this time, it was extreme denial during this challenging phase. And I wasn't eligible for social assistance because my sister, um, I had a privilege because even though I was financially cut off, I already had blown through all my savings. There's a lot to say about this story. And I want to let this go. I'm sorry, I went ahead of myself here. If you have a stick, start talking into it, whatever it is you want to let go. Or absolutely, this my stick represents you. Um, we're going to do two, one of things we're letting go and one to express gratitude. Um, so this time last year, I became homeless. And when I tell people, they don't believe me. And it's like, I think I know my reality. And it was hard to process, especially because I was a public school teacher and a strong union advocate for the British Columbia Teachers Federation. I didn't have any addictions or criminal record. And it's not because I didn't get caught or something like that, but there was really no rhyme or reason other than the fact that I was living a lifestyle that was no longer in alignment with me. And so, card number one, even though I didn't choose that card, it still applies to me because it applies to all of us, really resonated with me because clearly I still have to let that go. I, have, I had such a phenomenal career. I was really passionate about my career, but that passionate fire burnt me from the inside and got completely out of control. That's the Eagle Condor medicine energy that I'm feeling with card number three today. And card number two, the binary codes. Am I happy? Well, you know what? I'm not happy how things unfolded. It was really traumatic. I'm not happy about how a lot of things, system failure, uh, all it did was reinforce my own false inhibiting beliefs of not being good enough, things not being available to me, or feeling like there's something wrong or different about me when none of those things are true. I was living in the province of British Columbia, and when I became homeless, rather than staying in a shelter or couch surfing, I my sister lent me money and I was able to move to Ontario. And so because I now physically lived in Ontario, BC wasn't going to give me any money. And because I um, had not lived in Ontario long enough, I wasn't eligible for social assistance. It was just a real mess. I ended up in the hospital because I wasn't sure if I was going to throw up or pass out. And I ended up having a $50 bill that I had to pay. I believe in going to the hospital for practicality, things like seeing the dentist, wearing contacts, glasses. If I have a broken arm or an infection, I won't hesitate to take the biological one known as Gina to the hospital. But for anything else, I learned the hard way that I am the best tool that I have. And the way that I live my life is a direct reflection of my integrity. And my cat Rosie and I have been through so much, just like many other dragons out there. And 2023, 2024, there's so many times I thought I was going to die of exhaustion, and that feeling is getting lighter within me. I feel really good about formally being in Alberto Villoldo's Four Winds shamanic training. And I feel really awesome about being in Lynn Buchanan's controlled remote viewing. And I feel phenomenal about attending and presenting at the Full Disclosure Now conference because those were things in my journal this time last year that I talked about, and they came into manifestation. It wasn't easy. It did come into manifestation, and there's been some folks who have said things to me like, when am I going to get a real job? This is my real job now. And that's why Soul Tribe is so paramount to me because it's the Soul Tribe that's going to uphold me. And I've also had some folks say things to me. They're just trying to be kind, forgive them for they do not know. Basically telling me that I should, pretty myself up a little bit more, that I should make the investment into my spiritual tools. And the thing is, that's coming from folks who don't know me. And I want those folks to know that it's all good. It's all water under the bridge and that I've let it go. And what I haven't let go, I'm letting go right now in this moment with this fire ceremony. Rosie and I were committed to getting that condo on the beach. I don't even want to think about packing things, including materialistic things. And that's the thoth energy that I'm channeling these days, living and thriving by. So if you're like me and your resources aren't really fancy, I applaud you for that because it's all about intention, and that's the hummingbird energy, high quality items. And I'm letting all of this go. This full moon. I also want to give thanks and praise for things that I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for the internet connection, the artificial intelligence, the technology that helped me publish my books and provide um, resources like trees and cue cards, an opportunity to laminate my Dragon Dreams Oracle. I'm thankful for the Dragon Dreams Soul Tribe Collective. I'm thankful for opportunities. I'm thankful for anyone who has shown me kindness. I'm thankful for the biology of belief and to take charge of my life. I'm thankful for awakening to my own conscious evolution because I'm the God I've been waiting for. That's a lot of pressure for the God that I am. I'm asking those to co-dream with me, to continue co-dreaming with me. And I'm so grateful for this greater co-dream that we all belong to. And I'm thankful to have the space to do what I love, even though my website, I don't know what's going on with that, but at least the information is still up there. And at least I can still come on here on YouTube and share it with you all. And I'm thankful to those who have supported me financially through Buy Me a Coffee. And I'm thankful for these gloves that I'm wearing right now. They're not novelty, they're really helping me. I'm going to burn both of these. And sometimes I share what I'm letting go, sometimes I share what I'm thankful for. And I'm just going to be quiet while this burns away, just letting go. It's, when the flame keeps going out like that, just means it's hard to let go, and that's okay. Might be feeling emotional. I know this was a big one for me, letting go. And I've just got it in. The can still burning away, not burning away, it's still coming out. I dropped it in the candle wax. Okay. So sometimes this happens when you're doing fire ceremony. We always have to practice safety. My little stick, I accidentally dropped it right into the wax. Now I'm just fishing it out. If I want to, I could use another stick. It'd be really nice to just get this one burning a tad more. Oh, burning. Um, hot. I dropped it. It's still, there's an amber. Oh, that really hurt my finger. Out. Wax that burnt on it. This is the one to give thanks, my gratitude. And if you're not familiar, this is the death arrow. So it is like over when you do fire ceremony, every single piece of light that imbued to create this very stick is now attached to the breath and all the meaning that I've imbued into it. And then when I burn it, the fire releases all that light that's been trapped, basically, just like biological one known as Gina. There's light that's trapped, creating me. This one is burning quite fiercely. So you don't want to blow it out. You just want it to go out naturally or drop it if it gets too close to your fingers, right to the ashes. Mm. I love fire ceremony. Let me know in the chat if you love fire ceremony too. Sometimes I have days where all I do is fire ceremony, and that's okay. So I'm going to take off my glove here. Let's close our sacred space. We've got 2 minutes left, just enough time. Might go into overtime by a minute or two. um, so we do it in the reverse. So I am picking up. Remember, I put that golden light on you. Well, now I'm picking it up, all the golden folds around you, and pulling it up. So you're out of timelessness. You're back into your regular time. Time is no longer an illusion for you. Myself too. I'm picking up all the coils and folds of gold, lifting that up, back up it goes. And I'm ah, the energy coming from my hands are so sweet today. They're just going to you. So thank you so much for spending your full moon with me. A special thank you to Snake for all of the lessons shedding our skin. A special thank you to Jaguar, Otorongo, all the transforming and transcending that we do. A special thank you to Hummingbird, my nickname for you, Sir Kenzie. Thank you, Hummingbird, for reminding us of all the high quality items we carry forward. Thank you so, so much to Eagle Condor, all the perspective, even making an appearance in card number 3 today. A special thank you to all my guides, Polaris, Amanda, Toby, the Wise and Well, Whale and Orca Elders, the Goddess Bridget, the Moragon, and all the other archetypes who present themselves in my gemstone reading. And an extra special thank you to the Dragon Dreams Soul Tribe Collective and to the biological one known as Gina for hosting another phenomenal Dragon Dreams Illuminous. One of my favorite things to do. I really enjoy my memberships, and I'm glad that the pull energy is pulling us together. May we continue to pull together the Soul Tribe Collective. We are. I want to thank you all so much for joining me today. My name is Gina Virginia Casella. You can discover all about me on my website. I put the link in the description. And if you would like to get in on my memberships, now's the time because 2026 prices are going up significantly. Why am I not increasing the prices now? Because I want to pull in the soul tribe. I'm not interested in recruiting anybody. I'm interested in pulling you in because you resonate with me. And to be honest, it sucks that my website that I've been promoting doesn't even lead anybody anywhere. So make sure you check out the description here so you can get to the right website. You can get all the links to buy me a coffee, my YouTube. There's ample free resources. The Dragon Dream Soul Tribe Collective is on Facebook. It's a free Facebook group, and that's where we connect with everybody. And Dream Alchemist starts next week on my birthday, August 14th. I'll be 44 years old, and I'm really looking forward to that. Next week, I'm going to be making a few videos just to get you started, and I'm really looking forward to our time together. Let me know in the comments how you resonate with the cards that I pulled today. Let me know what number you chose. And again, my name is Gina Virginia Casella. Thank you so much for dreaming with me. Your soul tribe awaits you. Join us, dream with us, dare to dream the most amazing dreams far beyond your imagination. I am walking, living proof of that. Mind reprogramming is real. If you can't sleep, if you're overweight, lacking confidence, I can help you with all of those things. If you don't know your value, then you definitely need to book a RTT session with me, rapid transformational therapy, hypnotherapy, because you are most valuable. You know your value. The rest of the world might not, but you know your value and you're enough. Things are available to you. You're the same as everyone else. You matter. Really mean that. You really, really matter. And so have yourself a happy full moon. Happy full moon, Dragon Illuminous to you. And I can't wait until our time together next time. So, on that note, I hope to see you in the Facebook group. Let me know how you resonate. And it's not letting me sign off. Before it wasn't letting me sign on. Now it's letting me sign off. So, am I forgetting to say something? I don't know. I don't know. Is there something somebody in the comments needs to tell me that you're not telling me? Let me know. Because it's not letting me sign off right now. We're in bonus time. So, oh, it's glitching. I think it's gonna let me end the stream now. So again, my name is Gina Virginia Casella. Thank you so much for joining me today on Dragon Illuminous. This is a paid membership. However, given the situation with my website, I opened it up to the public. If you haven't yet, I would love for you to join my free Facebook group, the Dragon Dream Soul Tribe Collective. And I would adore if you registered for one of my programs. You didn't come here to hang out, you came here to fulfill your purpose, to live out your life, to live your mission. No more life living you. Make sure you book an appointment with me, rapid transformational therapy, hypnotherapy, if you require some mind reprogramming. And if you want to get in on the alchemy, then you definitely want to join one of the memberships on Buy Me a Coffee. All right, Dragon Dreamers, keep dreaming those amazing, amazing dreams because you are worth it. You absolutely matter. We'll see you next time.